Today is New Comic Book Wednesday, so let's go ahead and take a look at final order cutoff for orders due next Sunday and Monday. So here's my top 10 FOC comic picks due June 26th, 2023. And if there's anything you want from Lunar and DC, like this awesome Punchline cover, you're going to want to get that order in by June 25th, that's Sunday before, in 2023. So, without further ado, let's get started. And starting things off, we have a few covers I wanted to show you before we get into that top 10. We have Amazing Spider-Man number 30. This is the Scotty Young variant. After that, we have another Scotty Young variant, and it is for Astonishing Iceman number 1, which I don't know if this is going to be any good or not. It could be good. You know, Iceman used to be a cool character, but I don't know what they've been doing with him lately, so we will see. Last one before we get into the top 10. I don't have the image for it yet, but there is a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 110. There is an FOC reveal, and I think that it could be a pretty cool cover. And with it being an FOC reveal, you can only get it on FOC. So once the orders are in, that's it. No, you can't order anymore. So FOCs kind of have a little bit more value if it is a good cover. That might be something to keep an eye on if you're a fan of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Now, at number 10, we have The Last Ronin Lost Years number 5. And this one is the conclusion of this run right here for The Last Ronin. And if you've been reading this book, this is something you're going to want to get. And I know with the video game coming up, anything in The Last Ronin, the original run or this one is probably up for grabs. So there could be some spec value here, but you know, it's probably very low, so that's why it is at number 10. Number 9, we have All New Marvel Now, .1, number 1, Facsimile. I believe this is the first appearance of Kamala Khan. Right here. Kamala Khan makes her full debut as Ms. Marvel. So there you go. I thought that's what it was, but I wasn't 100% sure, but there it is right there. So it's a facsimile of that if you want it. Honestly, I do think this actress is likable. And if the Marvels, if she is good in it, regardless of how the movie does, she could end up, her and Tom Holland could end up being like the future of the MCU. So just something to keep in mind. And if you're interested in getting it, wow, I did not see that it's an $8 price tag. Oof, that's gonna be rough. Forking the bill for $8 for just a facsimile of Kamala Khan's first appearance. I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to pass on that. But anyway, number 8. So I'm just gonna show you all of the Night Terrors. So first up, we have Action Comics number 1. And then we have, actually this one's pretty cool. I'm not quite aware of it, but this one actually does have a new character, Angel Breaker. And then there's the cover A, and I did see, like, look at this cover right here. That's really good. Who's that by? Ivan Tao. Nice. Really good job on that cover. This one's pretty cool too. You'll see other ones have like this skeleton thing for it as well. Alright. So next up we have Catwoman number 1. I'm just kind of checking out these covers, letting you take it all in. Some ratios in there. And then here's the Detective Comics number 1. And this one actually looks like it has a first appearance of a trio of nightmarish creatures, one of which is a body fused with a robotic bat suit. So, is that this character? That's crazy. One eye, but heads with eyes. I don't know. That's pretty crazy. All right. Anyway, then we have Night Terror's Harley Quinn. Again, just kind of letting you check out the covers. This one's pretty cool. That's really cool, like Suicide Squad kind of one. Oh, and it has the old school Harley. It has a couple different versions of Harley. That's nice. And then Nightwing. Look at that one. That's pretty cool. And then this is the one from my thumbnail, Punchline #1, Ben Oliver. But I also thought this one was pretty cool. I just didn't want to put it on the cover. It was a little too graphic, I don't know, for the cover. Let's see. Superman #1. And Titans #1. And this one actually is the first team appearance of the Terror Titans, which is different. Okay, so it looks like there was a team that previously had the same name. This is separate from them. So this is their first appearance. And then Wonder Woman, and that's it for those Night Terrors. So, number 7, we have Batman Beyond Neo-Gothic #1. And this one is actually has a first appearance of Kyle the Catboy. Spelled B-O-I. Huh. Number 6, we have Amazing Spider-Man Annual #1. It says Hallows Eve returns. Hallows Eve's big play to break Chasm out of jail. You don't want to miss this. Plus, find out what the Hellfire Gala means to the Spider World this year. It is intense. So, it's a Spider-Man Annual. That's really the only reason it's this high or even on the list. You never know what they're going to put in here. And they've been really pushing this Hellfire Gala thing. Like, it's honestly very annoying. I couldn't care less about that. And, but, I don't know. If they're pushing it that hard, there may be some value to it, especially how it affects the Spider World. Might be something worth it. If you're into the Hellfire Gala, then this would probably be higher on your list, but I am not, so it's this low on mine. But before I get to my number 5, I did want to remind you I do have my PayPal and my Venmo in the description of the video. If you wanted to support the channel, that would be great. And moving on to number 5, we have What If Venom #1. I guess it's Dark Venom #1. What if Ben Grimm became Venom? I think this is just so after his exploration of space post Secret Wars. So we found that they got the symbiote. So this is a brand new Venom. I know it's what ifs are usually in different timelines, and they're not really Earth 616 or 19999 whatever. But this one, you never know. It could make an appearance, especially with multiverse stuff coming up. So number 5 is What If Dark Venom #1. Number 4 is Death of the Venomverse. The end of the Venomverse is here, which is crazy because the Venomverse has been huge for the last few months, almost a whole year. So Carnage has been building his powers up, one goal: kill any and all Venoms. And I just think that honestly, there could be some keys here. This is a pretty good event. I think this is one of these summer events that they're doing, so it might be worth picking it up. But next up at number 3, Strange Academy Miles Morales #1. So it says school's back in session, blah 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 blah. But when a mysterious new villain crashes the Mathletics, students of Strange Academy must team up with Miles Morales to stop his plots. So there's gonna be a new villain, and it's Miles Morales and Strange Academy. We all know that there's going to be a Strange Academy show with Benedict Wong being the head master or whatever. So I wonder if this series, Wong is actually going to be the leader of Strange Academy. I feel like if they're planning on doing that on Disney Plus, they should lean into that and sort of pivot to it in the book. That just would make sense, but you know, they're not making a lot of sense recently, so they probably won't do that. And then also just having Miles Morales with Strange Academy. That's like a double spec right there. But anyway, okay, so number 2 is actually more of a personal... like, the spec value is more personal. Anyways, let's just get to it. Magneto number 1. So this one talks about... okay, so... he talks about there's other, like, new mutants and stuff like that, right? Here we go. With the new mutants under his tutelage. And then it even says right here, in fact, one mutant known as Ire in her first ever appearance. So it looks like there's going to be several first appearances in here. And even if some of them are mentioned but not seen in Magneto number 1, they could be more first appearances in number 2. This may be a series that you want to jump on, and who knows what they're going to be doing with Magneto. Now, the only reason that I don't think that they would tie this too closely to the MCU is because I strongly feel that they're going to pick a person of color or some type of minority to play Magneto, and it doesn't look like they're doing it. It looks like they're doing the standard Eric Lenscher, but we don't know what his past was. Magneto was right. Magneto bursts onto the scene as a star block of evil mutants, but I don't know if this is the guy from Hoxpox or anything like that, or if this is just a brand new character with his own sort of, you know, characteristics and background and stuff like that. So there's a whole lot that could go on here. So that's what makes it number 2. I'm sorry, because number 1 is like, comment, subscribe before I get to number 1. And go. Like, comment, and subscribe. Notifications set to all. Cool. Number 1. Venom number 23. A new vision of Toxin. And then also... Sorry, I scratched my eye. First appearance of a new symbiote. So it looks like they even have ratios up to 1 out of 200. So that usually means that it's a pretty important book. But let me get to this one right here. There is a spoiler variant. I have been keeping my eye on all these spoiler variants coming out ever since the Spider-Boy one hit it big. So anyways, there's my number 1, Venom number 23, specifically the spoiler variant. I think Cover A could, obviously Cover A's are usually the ones to get. However, you never know what the spoiler variant is going to be and how good this, Spider-Boy is really special spec. Not all spoiler variants are going to have spec that good. But, new characters being introduced, new symbiote, and there's a spoiler variant. So I'm sure that symbiote is going to be on the spoiler variant or something. So this could be the number 1, which is why it is my number 1 FOC pick for final order cutoff orders due this Monday and or Sunday. Alright everybody, that's going to go ahead and do it for me in this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, if you could please smash that like button and destroy that subscribe button and clackety-clack those comments down below. That would be great. Help me out with that algorithm. I am on my road to 1K. I did pass the 500 mark, which is great. Thank you all very much. And also, don't forget I have my PayPal and my Venmo in the description of the video. I also have my Whatnot account. If you want to check that out, follow me so you can see when I go live. And I also have my eBay on there. I do mostly have sports cards right now. I am putting out a video shortly of why I'm kind of switching my dollars. I'm still doing all the research for my comic book stuff, you know, but most of my dollars are going towards speculation in the trading card markets, most specifically sports cards. So I'm going to be putting a video out about that. That might be something you want to keep an eye on. If speculation is the game and you just happen to like comics, trust me, sports cards can be very fun and have. I'll explain in the video, but you actually have a lot more potential than you do in the comic book realm. And I think anyone who was in it leading up to 2021 has seen what's happened to the Spec game for comics since 2021, and it is just not very fun. I'm sure if you're in the Spec game, obviously if you're one of those who go bin hunting and then you get them pressed and sent out to CGC in bulk to make it worth it, then you can sell those slabs and make money that way. But you can you could do stuff much easier with cards. But anyway, if you want to check out some other videos, check it out here. Otherwise, thanks again for checking out this video, and until the next one, bye.